Hi there, I'm Nancy, and this is So Great Saturday. Good morning, welcome to So Great Saturday. It is a wonderful, wonderful day, and hopefully this is a great start to your weekend. I am Nancy, and with me are my two wonderful producers, Misters GP and KP.
What's up, everybody?
Mr. GP's got a huge hat today.
I stole Mr. HP's hat.
We haven't seen it on him in a while. I guess they've been down in Florida.
That's
so.
true.
I had to bust it out.
It's probably a little bit hard to travel with that hat. It'd have to be your carry-on.
Yeah, it would take up a lot of space in your suitcase.
How are you, Nancy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And thank you all again for joining us, where we get to talk about fabric and see some good deals. So let's move on. All right. So we get to talk about our prizes from last month. That's on you guys.
I forget that like the first half of this show is us.
I know. I always do too. I'm so used to having to talk. So
Nancy
have
just
at
gets
it.
to stand over there and look at us.
So if you remember from last month, we had our Florida special.
Mm-hmm.
And our question from last month was, have you ever been to a race? If so, what kind? And our winner from last month is Janet Schleer.
That's a really good guess on that name.
Yeah, I hope I
bet
said
you're
it
right.
correctly.
I bet he is too.
Let us know if I said it wrong.
I totally would have butchered that.
But her answer was, I've been to the horse races, and my brother used to do triathlons. And then she ended it with, does the soapbox derby count from when my kiddo was a Cub Scout? And absolutely, yes, it does.
I think so too. I think that would have been fun to do when I was a kid.
I feel like that's something me and you would be good at now.
Yeah, as we're growing and we could get really into the aerodynamics. And
You guys should have your own soapbox derby.
That would be
should.
fun.
We should have a GE soapbox
Should we-
derby.
Down the big hill?
Yes.
Someone would get hurt.
What? No.
Anyways, our question for this month is, what is your favorite job you have ever had or done? And for us, obviously, GE would be our answer. But
Absolutely.
other than GE, so Nancy, what is your favorite job that you've ever had other than GE?
Ooh, other than GE, I have probably two. So one of them would be my current other job, my second job at the library. I work at two different libraries, and both are really great, and I love the people I work with, and I get to shelve books and look at books all day, so perfect.
Big bookworm.
I'm a big bookworm. And then my other one would probably be when I worked at Scout Camp. I worked there for a number of years during the summer and winter. And yeah, through that, I met my husband, but not there. We met through a mutual
Ooh.
friend who worked there and was in 4-H with me.
How sweet.
So it's adorable. So yeah, those are my two favorites. How about you guys?
You want to go?
My favorite job that I've had
He hasn't
outside
had
of
many other
GE.
jobs.
Yeah, I mean, this has been consistent for my entire life. But I would have to say one of them was for sure I worked at a comedy club for a little over a year,
I remember that.
which was super fun. I was working at GE at the same time, so I was working 7 days a week. But it ended up being worth it 'cause it was just so much fun and met so many cool people. Got to meet a bunch of comedians that now have like completely blown up and are huge, which was pretty cool. And then I just learned so many different jobs there. Like I was bartending, I was opening the shows, I was
Security.
security, I was seriously though. I was announcing when what comedian was up.
You're hosting?
Yeah, one time I had to host. Yeah, that was terrifying because I had never been on stage before. And then, other than that, I was like running food, running drinks. I did every single job possible there,
Except the comedian.
except for being a comedian. I did one stand-up set ever, but it was because my manager bet me that I wouldn't, and I took $100 from him and did it. And
Nice.
it went okay, I think.
I was gonna
don't
say,
know.
how did it go?
I kind of blacked out. I don't really remember, honestly.
I probably would have done the same.
Yeah. How about you, KP?
This is, well, actually, I guess maybe not hands down. I used to detail cars at a car dealership for a while, which I really enjoyed doing that.
Which I did that also.
It was actually probably,
You can
I think it was
imagine.
about the same time that we
Mhm.
did it, separate dealerships. But anyways, other than that, I've talked about this a bunch, but when I lived down in Arizona, I used to valet, and I got to drive so many supercars and cars that were worth more than houses, which
That's
is
crazy.
just crazy to me. Like, something I'd never thought I would be able to do, and
Our dream cars, pretty much.
exactly, yeah. Cars that,
We'll never afford.
yes, exactly.
Just kidding.
To
One
put
day.
it lightly.
One day.
Yes, that's our goal.
When your comedy careers take off.
Yes, something like that. But yeah, that was incredible. I got to meet so many cool people, meet a lot of famous people, and drive famous people's cars. That was even better.
That would be terrifying.
Pretty neat.
At first, it was super, super terrifying, but then I got kind of used to it and like just flying in and out, park that thing, and get out of there.
Just don't crash it.
Yes, that too.
All right, well, then we got to show our prize for this month. Once again, you've seen this beautiful little pouch before, but Nancy herself curated all kinds of goodies in here. I'll give you a sneak peek into there. There's all kinds of fun stuff.
It's like a few turn packs.
Yep.
Good
and
job.
I'm not going to
I
tell you.
remembered.
We're not going to tell you what's in it because it's too much good stuff. And then, of course, the So Great Pattern of the Month as well. Which
If
we
you
will-
haven't guessed it yet.
Yes, which we will reveal in a little bit.
Perfect, guys. Yeah, make sure to comment throughout the show and definitely answer today's question about your favorite job you've ever had. We'd love to hear it, number one, and then also it enters you into the drawing. So don't be shy. All right, next up, the boys are cooking again for us, and it's going to be great.
Enjoy.
Check it out.
And welcome back to the So Great Kitchen.
We're back,
Mr. KP,
Mr. GP.
if you didn't know that already.
And today, we will be making puppy chow.
Puppy chow.
Well, step one is we need to melt our chocolate chips and our peanut butter. And if you are a fan of the show, you know very well from our chocolate-covered strawberries episode that we are not good at melting things in the microwave. So we are being strictly 30-second intervals.
We're going to be watching
All right.
like a
So-
hawk.
Exactly. So we got equal parts chocolate chips, and then we're gonna put this whole container of peanut butter in there because we like peanut butter.
Now that we got these two mixed up into one bowl, let's get to eating.
How long are you doing it for?
Oh,
3 minutes,
Not
dude?
3 minutes.
No.
cook time. There we go. Start. 30 seconds. 30. What? 30.
Just gonna start combining.
As you can tell, that first round did not do too much.
Just warmed it up a little bit.
No, on to round two. The second 30 seconds.
Spraying peanut butter everywhere. Guys, I think we did it. We have officially figured out chocolate.
How to
In-
melt
chocolate melting in the microwave. This looks incredible.
I was just asking, I wonder if the peanut butter has anything to do with it melting a little bit easier and better?
I give it all to the 30-second intervals.
Well, you ladies and gentlemen in the comments, let us know.
That's right.
Maybe you guys have some more food science.
Oh, yes.
Now that we're all melted down, we're gonna start putting these two together. So when I was reading the instructions, it was saying to do kind of little intervals of both, so then you don't end up with too little of mix or too little of cereal, so then everything gets coated nice and perfectly. And get to mixing. We're thinking this is probably about the consistency that you want before you start adding some more in there. We're gonna go with our second round of cereal. Do the second even coating. We're gonna send it. They're all going in this time.
All of it.
All right.
We don't want the crumbs at the bottom.
Now,
Don't need them.
now we need it all. We need it all.
Oh, yes.
That's crunchies in our bowl.
Crunchies.
Yeah. And Mr. GP will lick this off.
That's right.
It's all on the wrist.
ASMR.
Gotta get the bowl turned. The full scoops.
Oh, yes.
The bottom up.
Try not to crush all your checks like Mr. KP is doing, but
I just want lots of servings.
That's right.
Littler pieces means more pieces.
that's right.
So that works, right?
Now, once you have everything beautifully combined, we're gonna go ahead and toss this in the freezer just to let it cool off so that we can add our powdered sugar. Bye. All right, it is fully cooled off now. It is time for our last step, which I have a feeling we should do intervals again. We have all this powdered sugar here. Just make sure that's powdered sugar. And I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it on and I guess just mix it up as we go.
We'll see how it turns out.
I'll just go with a good layer on top. That's probably too much. So we're just gonna start tossing this around. Tossing this around. If you made puppy chow before, I'm sure you're gonna tell us that we're doing this completely wrong, but is that not the nature of our show?
As long as it looks good.
I mean, it's almost never looked good.
I mean, it tastes good.
There you go. I've decided that I'm just going for it. We're putting it all in. Might be way too much, might be not enough. We're gonna find out. Together, as a family, a GE family. A GE family. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely breaking some of these checks up. That's fine. These might be like puppy chow clumps instead of individual pieces. Ladies and gentlemen,
We did it.
we've done it again. This looks way better than we intended. And
Or that we thought it was gonna be.
tastes pretty good too.
A good one.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. That was actually my first bite and it was really good.
Yep.
All right.
Back to the
Stripology
studio. Stripology chow.
Stripology chow.
Stripology chow.
Guys, did you have fun?
Of course.
That's the most important part.
yes.
We always have fun doing it. And somehow this one kind of went okay.
It tastes great. It doesn't look pretty. It's in a big old bowl and
Wrong one. Sorry, guys.
looks a little sketchy.
Yeah, definitely.
But it tastes amazing.
I was gonna say yes. As we know, we go for taste,
Mm-hmm.
not look.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We're not about the aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside is you can't eat it while you're sewing because of the powdered sugar. So,
Oh, you're right.
man,
You could get a little pitcher.
little
some
chopstick
little grabber.
things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
chopsticks would be great.
Some little finger attachments.
You
mhm.
could use your, what are those little purple things called?
The
Thimbles.
silicone thimbles,
Yeah.
silicone thimbles, silicone
Silicone.
thimbles. I always mix up how to say that word. Anyway, that is an idea. There you go. All right, now we are going to introduce this month's So Great pattern. Any guesses? I think it's pretty easy to figure out. We have the Nova pattern. So behind me is the original Nova from the pattern cover, which we'll show in a second here. And then behind the boys is another Nova that was made out of, I think the bundle is Feed My Soul. And that was a bundle last year.
Bundle Club.
Yeah, it was Bundle Club. That's why I'm like, gosh, what was it from?
Saw a lot of this one. I like this one.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's great. So, do you want to bring up the pattern picture, please? Maybe if it's in there.
It's
Okay.
not in here.
Okay. I did add it last minute, so
Oh.
that's on me. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
So,
pretty sure everyone knows what our Nova looks like.
yeah,
right?
you can find it on the site, Nova.
That's right.
Beautiful. And I scoured Facebook for
Oh,
some. Oh,
we
did you
got
find
it.
it?
Look
There
at that.
it is.
There it
just a
is.
Quick producer over here.
We are.
Always on your toes.
Uh-huh.
So yes, that is the quilt behind me, and that has been one of my favorites since I started. I just love this one. The colors that were used, and the design, of course. It's so pretty. Yeah.
OG.
I'm excited that I get to talk about it. So, like I said, I scoured Facebook for some pictures, which really wasn't that hard because it is a very simple pattern. So lots of people have made really beautiful ones. So let's get to it for show and tell. So this first one is from Bonnie, and it is so pretty. It looks like Celtic something we had a year or so ago.
Celtic lilac.
No,
That was some
No.
bundle we had.
Not that.
I don't know if it was lilac. It was Celtic something.
Isn't lilac like purple?
It is.
Yes.
Well, that's probably why I thought that.
Just a random guess.
Yep. Just throwing it out there.
Good try,
Right.
good try.
I like that one too.
But it's beautiful, and thank you, Bonnie, for posting that. And our second one is from Denise. I love this. I love all the colors in it. I feel like each time you look at it, you kind of notice a different element to it. So very pretty. And this one is from Julie. Very cool, very bright. I really like it.
I like this. It's a little bit different than the other ones, how it's more solids and
Yeah.
it makes some of the other colors pop.
Yep, you are absolutely right. Then we have this one by Catherine, sorry. Very pretty. For a second, I was worried I put in the wrong pattern because it looks almost like Frankie.
It does, actually.
I had to take a second look. But no, this is Nova, and it is so pretty. I think she used tulip pink fabrics, or at least some of them.
I love that big border.
Yep, that border looks great. And the quilting on it is really nice too. Thank you. And next we have Lori. I think this was like a crib size. Really pretty. I like that she used like a singular background color. A few of them have, and I really like that look for it. Nice and soft. And then we have this really pretty one from Sherry. Again, those soft colors. It looks really nice.
Very Eastery.
Yeah, very spring-like. And this one just caught my eye. This is from Linda. I really love how she color blocked this. It looks so cool.
Almost looks like a different pattern.
I
was
know,
gonna say.
right? I had to really look at it to make sure it was the right one. But she did a great job.
That's super cool.
Yeah. And here is another one, kind of a monochromatic one with blacks and whites.
I really like that.
Yeah, and that border, that I think it's like a light blue, really looks cool.
Yeah, just that one pop of color
Yep.
on the border. That's cool.
Did I say who that's from? That's by Sue. Sorry
Yep.
if I forgot. And next we have this amazing one from Glenna. The color blocking of this one is, I don't even know how she did it in her head. It's really cool. I think it was a Quilt of Valor, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, looks great. We have this kind of cozy one from Beverly. Perfect picture in the snow. And I believe she used Christmas fabrics on that one.
I really like quilt pictures in the snow.
I do too.
I feel like it
Snow,
makes them pop.
snow is a perfect backdrop for a
Mhm.
quilt.
Brings it to life.
It does. And makes them seem extra cozy, I feel like,
Mhm.
I agree.
you know? And if you ever want a chance to be on Sew and Tell or Show and Tell on our Friday show, make sure you are a member of Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook, and you can put your photos into there of your quilts that you make, and maybe we'll show them off someday. So So yeah, thank you everyone for doing that. It was really great seeing all your creation. So now we want to talk about good bundles and fabric to use for the Nova pattern. So one thing with the Nova pattern, it says to use lights and darks. And you can do that. That'll really make it pop. But there's some other ways you can go about doing it as well. So first off, we're going to talk about lights and darks. Actually, no, sorry. We're going to talk about the multiple color schemes within a bundle. So the first one I want to talk about is Meadow Walk. This is a really pretty bundle. And as you can tell, there's no great light or dark. It's just kind of a multitude of colors. And I think that would work really well because you can still pair up the lights and the darks and have a lot of great contrast. So one of those maroons with one of those light blues and another maroon with that gold would look really great. So lots of options there for a lot of color. Another one would be Bee Garden. And that one is really cool. It has the blacks, the whites, and the gold. And I actually started making a Nova with a really similar bundle. It is called Midnight in the Garden. I started this a while ago. And I do have a picture of the wheel from it, but I added it late. So it might take a second for them to find it. So I apologize. But if they want to go to the overhead, I can talk about it while they find the wheel. But that one had pinks, golds, and blacks. So my squares, my blocks aren't trimmed up yet. But it kind of allowed me to play with the different colors. Naturally, I could pair, it was a 12-piece bundle. There it is. You can show that. 12-piece bundle where 6 of them were dark and 6 were light. So it does technically follow the light-dark guideline, I guess. But I feel like that one with the apples could be interpreted as one of the lights, just depending on what you pair it with. So yeah, if you want to go back to the overhead. So unfortunately, that bundle is long gone, but I loved it, so I had to get it. But yeah, so I've started my Nova. It's a very slow project for me, but I really like playing with the different colors, the golds, the blacks, and the pinks. So that's an option for Bee Garden. And Bee Garden and Midnight in the Garden were both by Moda, but different designers. But if you have this bundle still, I think Bee Garden would work wonderfully with it. So, okay, next up we have the traditional light and dark bundles to go with. So the first one is Between the Pages, very clear, light and dark. It would be great. I love that bundle anyway, so it'd be perfect. And another one would be Sandalwood. It's a more traditional looking fabric, still very pretty. And then All of You would be a great one too. The greens and the blues aren't as bright, but they would still make a great contrast with the white and grays.
We just got those restocked, didn't we?
Yes, it is restocked. So highly recommend you grab it if you like it, because it's really cool. And another one is Sea Glass Summer. And this one could be light and dark or the multiple color one, depending on how you want to categorize it. But it would be great because there's enough fabrics in there for pairing up with contrast. So there's that one. And then the last one for this grouping, for the lights and darks, is Tumbleweed. There it is. Yeah, so again, we have those kind of teals mixed with the burgundy, and that would look really great too. And then another kind of color option would be, I called it kind of blended colors, where it's either a lot of the same color or it's a whole bunch of different colors going on. So the first one with that would be Lineage. With these blended colors, as I call it, they'd be great if you used a solid background. So depending on the bundle. So with Lineage, I think a white would look really great just as a place to rest your eyes, because it is a kind of a busier fabric. And then we have Northern Blues. This one is kind of all blended together, so maybe, you know, a navy, take out that top fabric and match your background to that color would look really cool and really make it pop. And then another one would be Cove, the Cove bundle. And that has a few different colors going on, but I think like a nice crisp white or maybe a cream would look really good with that as a background. So that's another way to go about it. You don't need a full bundle of all contrasting. You could just have, you know, your bundle and then add in a fabric to contrast with it. So.
Sorry, guys.
You're
Mr.
going,
KP making errors back here.
going crazy. But yeah, so those are my bundle ideas for Nova. Lots of different ways to go about it. I've never seen a bad Nova. Everything I've seen has been pretty. So, all right, that's it for our Sew and Tell. At our sale fabric for the month. So this month we have Foresta Fusion. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Foresta?
Forest of Fusion? I don't know.
Forest with an A. Fusion.
Here,
It is.
you guys decide for yourself. Foresta Fusion.
I think it's Foresta Fusion.
Yeah.
It just
something
doesn't
like
feel
that.
right, but
Doesn't
that's what it
flow
is.
Very easy.
Yeah, it doesn't flow, but it's very pretty. And it is by Bonnie Christine for Art Gallery Fabrics. So our first one is this gorgeous burgundy with, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's deer and trees and foxes, flowers, some kind of
Pull her down a little bit.
bird. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Good job. Yeah, it's really pretty. I really love this fabric.
Little more.
You see it? Should I hold it up?
Pull it down.
Pull it down.
Oh, sorry. Thank
There we go.
you.
Cover the screen.
There we go. So that is one of my favorite fabrics. It's beautiful. And then we have another fabric with a maroon burgundy background and those really pretty flowers. They're scattered, so there's no right or wrong way. And that gold in there is really beautiful, along with that teal. It looks great. Then we have another burgundy. And this one is a bigger print with these really pretty flowers. I like how they're a little bit more abstract. And there's big bundles, and even if you cut them up, they're still beautiful. And then our last burgundy fabric is this really beautiful tree trunk or tree branches, depending on what you want to call it. It's a great stripe without being an absolute stripe, I guess you could say.
Too stripy.
Yeah, it's not too stripy, but it acts as a stripe if you want it to. Really pretty. I love all the colors in there. Great. And this has, yeah, that kind of burgundy purple background. It's so pretty. Then this one is gorgeous as well.
That's my favorite by far.
Yeah, it's really cool. This black background. Let me turn it. There we go. Black background. Again, the flowers are scattered, so there's no wrong or right way. It's beautiful. Lots of depth to those flowers as well. I am already running out of room. So this is a 8-piece bundle. And it's at a very good price right now. So if you like it, you should grab it because we don't have that many. This one is gorgeous. I love these trees as an outdoor enthusiast.
That one's right up your alley.
It is right up my alley.
I
love
like the
it.
trees too.
And then we have kind of a nice place to rest your eyes. We have one of our Deco Stitch fabrics here. I want to say this one is Abyss, Deco Stitch Abyss.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite fabrics that we have. They're basic, and it's just so pretty. And our last one is this kind of teal print. It is actually from the Tumbleweed collection, but it blended so perfectly in with this that we had to add it. So
Is that the only one?
As far as I know, I kind of did a check. So we have our tumbleweed bundle right here. So if you wanted to add more variety to your tumbleweed, or you wanted to add more variety to this one, you could grab the tumbleweed one, and it matches perfectly. So you can always add more if you want.
It literally looks like the exact same line.
Right? I was shocked when it wasn't by the same designer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I figured
really
it was,
weird.
too.
Both for art gallery, but different designers. But yeah, like I said, this one is Bonnie Christine for art gallery, and then Tumbleweed was Sharon Holland for art gallery. So this is a beautiful line, and we also have some 1 yards to go with it. And the next, yeah, the boys are gonna do their pull for it. I'm excited to see what it is.
Here it is.
Take a look.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Boys Fabric Pull. So our first ones we wanted to show you are the 1 yards that will be on sale that go with the line. So first I've got Forest Diffusion Stay Humble, and it's this nice kind of light pink that goes perfectly in over here. I think that would go
A little pastel pink.
awesome like that. And then I also
Kinda.
have, this one's called Simple Defoliage. And yeah, I think obviously with these trees, it has that dark green, it has some of the light, and that's that.
Well, Mr. GP obviously chose which ones we showed you guys from the line, because I got the hard ones to say.
I didn't even realize that.
We got Forest Diffusion Exempor.
Exempore.
Exempor or something like that. This is just kind of one of
This
the
is
maroons.
this is that big print here.
Oh. Yeah, I
Same
really
thing.
like that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty awesome.
Perfect. And then we got
Try that
Forest
one.
Diffusion Trouvale Routes.
I think it's some kind of French something, but
Somebody,
good try.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, this
You
fits
can see that
perfectly.
tone over here, and
Yeah, in the little flowers. And yeah, you can see it's kind of a little bit darker, that yellow orange color in there. It's in some of these branches. Yeah.
awesome. So then we're getting into what we picked. So first one I went with, I kind of got intrigued by, if you look real close on this one, there's a very light teal here. I think if you wanted to accentuate that, you could use Canvas Minty. You can see that in this print as well, and it kind of just pops on here too. So I thought that would be great.
Mr. KP's next choice is Nitty Gritty Jade. And
That
I
one's
thought
just
this was,
perfect.
yeah, I was going to say, this has a lot of the different shades in this bundle, just in this one fabric.
Lots
Whether
of
it's
texture.
The leaves down here, or all of it. Yeah, I really like this one too.
Next, I found another one that I feel is perfect, and that is Grunge Boysenberry. It has the darker tones of purple, kind of that magenta pink. Seems to go just kind of perfectly with this line.
And as you guys know, you know me, we're going crazy. We got Floral Elements Sunflower. This is just kind of fits perfectly in these little flowers down here and in the big print as well. Which, yeah. Crazy.
I like that. So crazy, dude.
I'm so crazy.
And then last but not least, as you'll see in a little bit on the show, Deco Stitch Airy. This is one that Nancy chose, and I think that is just a perfect contrast to all these colors and brings it all in. We weren't able to fit in Grunge Formula 1 this time.
Next time.
Next time, maybe. It just seemed not to go with any of this.
Next time, no matter what, it's going in there.
All right. And that is the boys' fabric pull. Back to the show.
Great pull, guys. You are experts now. I think you've reached that level. Do you agree?
I would never say that.
I would.
You know what?
Look at your confidence.
Yeah, we are.
You got to be confident. I
Expert chefs, expert fabric pullers.
Pullers.
Expert at everything.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, expert quilters.
Expert producers.
That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Expert dudes.
Expert dudes. We have fun doing it.
And now I'm going to talk about a few tips for the Nova pattern. So the big main thing you should think about when you're doing the Nova is contrast. It can be subtle, but you don't want it to be too subtle. So if you want to go to the overhead, I can show you. So I put together some blocks from this bundle. For this white, I used a Deco Stitch Airy, and I thought that was a good match right there. And I don't know if I would do the Deco Stitch Airy as my full background color or just add it in as another fabric to use, because I do really like how these look as well. So I think there's enough contrast for both of them to look really nice. And I really like, this has nothing to do with contrast, but I really like those flowers in there. I think that looks so pretty. But yeah, contrast is huge for the Nova pattern, and just making sure that you are pressing correctly. It can get a little tricky. And then also, I made full use of the Organizing Stickers and Stripology Squared ruler to cut everything, to subcut everything. So I highly recommend those. There are, of course, instructions for not using the ruler, but I will say I can't imagine not using the ruler, because it would be a lot harder and a lot slower. So highly recommend. But that's all I really have for a tip, is just really pay attention to your contrast and focus on that. So that's all I got for a tip. Let's see, prize reminder. So make sure you guys are chatting in the group, leaving comments, and make sure that you are answering the question of the month. Guys, do you want to say it again?
What is your favorite job you've ever had? And if you've ever worked at GE, you can't say GE.
I guess that's true.
Hopefully it was their favorite, though.
Well, that too.
We got
It has to have been.
Nancy's beautiful care package she put together herself, and
Of course.
the Nova pattern as
You
well.
betcha.
Oh yeah.
I love this pattern, and making it has not changed it. Sometimes you can love a pattern and then you start making it and it's a little over your head or it's boring or something. I love this pattern. I've been working on my Nova. Are you guys good?
Just sneaking back in there.
Sneak peek.
I've been working on my Nova for quite some time, just here and there, and I'm not sick of it. I still love it, and every time I get to work on it, I get excited. Are you guys good? Was there something in the puppy chow that
Special puppy chow.
special puppy chow? Anyway, that is all for that. Make sure you comment, and you can win that awesome prize that I put together. And let's see, we have some dates coming up. It's going to be a busy, busy week. So Tuesday on the 15th is Tipsy Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then we have One Yard Wednesday with the wonderful Jody on April 16th at 9:30. Then Perfect Pair with me and the wonderful Kara, and that is on April 17th at 9:30. And then we have Happy Friday on the 18th at 12 p.m. So lots going on this week. Don't miss it. You can always go back and watch it too if you do miss it. We'll forgive you. But yeah, let's see. Our next show is May 10th, and we will see you then. Have a great day.
Peace out.
Bye. Tune into the next one. It's a special one.
It is
Very
very
special.
special. You won't want to miss it.
See you later.
Bye, guys.